I'm actually going to start recording this right now. That way, like, if someone start it, and then we'll go that way. So here we go. You guys won't hear. You guys won't hear either one of us for 30, 40 seconds. You'll see the intro.
And then
feed,
after that,
and then I'm going to click you guys in. Yeah, I'll click you guys in.
All right, cool.
So here we go.
Boop, 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 boop. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here we go!
How do you do? Mighty pleasant greeting.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers.
Space Mountain!
Yo ho, yo ho.
This here's a wildest ride in the wilderness!
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
That is the old intro. I was trying to set up the new intro.
What?
Whoa!
What is this? Oh God!
What's going on? This is completely new for us.
I can't act too silly because I'm out in public while you guys are at the
Who
comfort
gives a
of
shit?
your own home.
Who gives a shit? No one
I
cares.
can't even like.
Which Costco you at?
City of Industry. So
let's call it and then like put an overhead speaker like will Barry E please come in the front. Your husbands are waiting for you.
That's what is up, everybody. It's so weird right now. Welcome to the Mousetopia Podcast episode.
This is the first. It's the first for us, guys.
4. I know,
44.
guys. Via satellite.
Hey,
4.
Hey, can you press the fake applause button on your end?
Actually, let me see. Wait. Where's it at? Where's it at? I can find it. Wait. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh wait, maybe not. Oh,
yay!
Yay! Oh wait. Here we go. I got it. I got it. I think it is.
See, technical difficulties.
that
actually sounds
part of the show.
It's not as good as the other one, but the other one sounds a little bit better.
So,
okay.
Explain what we're doing.
Okay, it works. Okay, guys. So a lot of us are kind of hard on time right now. Jonas has been doing a lot of schooling. Wait. You're on this side. So Jonas is doing a lot of schooling.
Yeah.
Varian E has been super busy, so we haven't had a chance, guys. We're already in 2025.
We're in February.
We haven't even. Yes, we haven't 3 months that we haven't done a podcast.
The last episode was I don't remember.
It's been a year.
Oh yeah.
We haven't. I think it was the Day of the Dead episode.
Yeah, so then it was like the day after Halloween. That was a big episode, so that took a lot out of us. But I mean, since then there's been a global pandemic, and we cannot be in person because we want to flatten the curve, guys. Am I right? So many podcasts started because of COVID, and then we never had that format. We were always in person, and then so this feels weird to me.
What quarantine? We never.
We never cared about the quarantine. We had to work still. We had to work with each other anyways.
Hey, but I've been seeing you guys more often at work, if only because Teardrop, he's got on a core unit, and I always catch you after work because I'm always staying behind in the admin conference room to do work. But so today's it's we wanted to talk about Brave New World and some other stuff, but as always, we're gonna have an intro. We're gonna have a little catch up. He's gotta go. He's doing us a favor right now. You got some action tonight, sir? Keep it PG, but
I will keep it PG.
shout to Variant C.
Yeah, shout out to Variant C. But it's just been a lot for us when it comes to time. So in terms of what I've been up to, I've been trying to help out my friend over here, which I'm so proud of.
I want to start with that. Because it's been a while since they've seen Teardrop, and the last time they saw him, he was fucking Baymax. But
that's true.
You got some updates for us? You have the floor, Teardrop.
Okay. Since you guys saw me last, so that was pretty much November, I think. I was already losing the weight. What the hell? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you, Eric? I think in the background. Right?
I was like pissed off Vietnamese people. Yeah.
So what happened was, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just I'm gonna mute Eric's mic for now, because I know that they're yelling in the background right now. So as of right now, due to Eric, and I really appreciate Eric, and I really appreciate
Eric.
shout out to Daniel Bernal.
Oh, he stole your shout cat.
I stole your shout cat, buddy. I'm sorry
That's why he muted
that.
me. That's why he muted me right now.
Shout out to Daniel Bernal. I really do appreciate you helping me get you this goal. So it's been since the end of September, beginning of October. So right now, your boy has lost about 80 pounds. So definitely
real applause.
Real applause. Definitely, it's been definitely a journey. Something new. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I've been motivated to go to the gym more often, do more things like that. I mean, shout out to Variant E, who actually really pushed me and has been helping me. Even though he's been injured, he's actually got injured at work, but he was still going with me to the gym and telling me like what to do without hurting his arm. You know, he was just kind of like promoting and telling me what to do. So I really do appreciate it. 80 pounds.
Like the first time that you guys went on the fitness journey and I used to see you guys together, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Keep going. And then now it's like clockwork. It seems like as soon as you guys get out of work, you go to the gym and you post your videos. You each post your videos. Either he shares your videos or you share his videos. Yeah. And I'll tell you, just from a purely tactile level, legit, all right? Every time I hug Tony, he feels a little looser. That's no lie. That's no lie.
Yeah.
Again, when I get to the point where I can do this, that's going to be the turning point. But little by little, I've been getting closer and closer and closer. I see it, and more than that, he feels strong because he's doing a lot of weight work, or he's doing a lot of what do you call them? Weightlifting.
Weightlifting, yeah, way more like weightlifting.
And so then he feels stronger, more muscular. But then also he feels looser and drapier too. So it's happening on all angles. I'm
just like Eric. Eric doesn't like cardio. I really not a big fan of cardio either. But I feel like I do lose a lot more weight doing, I don't know, just being active. And because I'm not I'm not going for like maximum. I'm going for reps, you know. So it makes your heart rate move.
So those were one of the few things that I wanted Tony to do. I just wanted him to enjoy going to the gym. I just wanted him to be more comfortable, which I think we've been successful at. And it's funny that you say about the post. Whenever I would post Tony on my Instagram feed, for some reason, man, like he gets a lot of love. He gets a lot of love from people that don't even know him at all.
What was the line you told me?
I'm really proud of this guy, man. I'm really proud of him, and he's on his way to lose more and more weight.
He was like, it's not fair. He's all like, I post my videos and I get a couple people, and then I post your videos on my feed, and you get more likes than I do. And I'm like,
I get pity. I get pity likes, and I'm like here and there. But when I would post Tony, I would get like 60 something clicks, and I'm like, what the hell?
Because remember, it's the Cinderella story. We've always known that he is fit and he's always consistently worked out. Tony, he's had some setbacks, but he climbed back up. And I mean, I'm serious. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I'm thankful to you, Eric, because I know that your motivation and your guidance, along with Danielle Bernal, shout out, we're gonna see a different Tony. In a year from now, it'll be different. 2 years from now, it'll be different.
And you know what? It makes me think
just to put things in, to put things in perspective too, or in a different perspective. Just remember where he was at when we went to San Diego Comic-Con. He couldn't even stand up. He couldn't even walk around. He was, you can watch a video. Quick, like right here.
I'll click it in. I'll substitute it in somewhere.
Yeah, the one where you're struggling with the walker, whatever.
He was struggling with the walker, and
that was tough.
Yeah. And you just watch the beginning of the video and he was so happy, and then just try to watch like the middle of it, and you can tell that he wasn't having the best time of his life.
I still remember after we went back to the hotel room and we're gonna go get pizza, and I was just so miserable. I was like, I don't want to go nowhere. I spent a year. felt like shit. I
it's-
was being crummy, dude. I felt like
Just-
shit. I felt like shit.
So I'm gonna get kind of sappy, but then it's one of those things where, and this is an AA alcoholics term, but sometimes we got to hit rock bottom. You have to hit rock bottom before you realize the change has to be made. And Tony had two, in my opinion. One of them was Disney World, and the second was Comic-Con. And the magic of it is that we have this nerd so passionate about adventures and excitement and Disney and Marvel and comics, and he access to means to enjoy it on this on a level a lot of fans don't. I get to go to Disney World. I get to go to Comic-Con. And then he finally gets there, and then it's like, I can't do it. I think, I'm not saying that's the only reason. I mean, first and foremost, health, of course.
Of course.
But then again, in a way, your nerdiness will save your life. That's kind of a weird. If you were still some fucking cool ass rebel, then you'd be dead.
Well,
I'll take that. I'll take that.
You'd be like, I don't need to go Comic-Con. I just need my Corona.
And that's it. And then
well, think of it this way. The only reason why I started working out in the first place is so that I can be Thor for Halloween at one point.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
So you got your nerd impulse too. Now I got some bad news on my front. Bad news.
No.
And now and then this is where we can discuss how nerdiness is going to help save my life. Since we last left, I've been diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Yeah, my hemoglobin A1C is 5.8, and
just slightly over.
It's slightly there, but the thing is that, again, and this is important to everyone. This come from a nurse. I'm a thin guy. I got some muscle. I have a shitty ass pancreas, and if I don't change my diet and start exercising, then I'm gonna become a full-on diabetic. And the thing is that I've been here's how I know that it has to do with me working out, because I changed my diet. I started eating less crap. I started eating at more regular times. And then I did kind of a Goonie fasting glucose. Okay. So I usually eat before I go to sleep. I have like a sandwich or something, some chips. And then I don't eat anything until 3 p.m. the next day. It's just my habit. I don't get hungry during normal times. But then I checked my blood sugar at around 10 o'clock one day in intake, my unit, and my blood sugar was still 152. So that means that, it was still elevated, even though I hadn't eaten anything for close to 10 hours.
10 hours, 10, 12 hours. Yeah.
And then I'm talking to Swanee, who I didn't mention before. She's a nurse practitioner. And then she got down to it. It's nothing to do with you being overweight. It has nothing to do with me eating junk food. It's you're an old man and your pancreas isn't cutting it anymore. And I told friend of the pod, Mac, about this, and then he immediately put it in my ear. Swanee did too, to be fair. And you got to start working out. I got to do what you guys are doing. Except it's not to look pretty. It's really just to save my feet and my eyeballs and my fingertips. So I won't be able to make the same runs you guys. And that bums me out, because when you guys are working out, I'm asleep. But then I need to find a regimen where I get out of work. I'm thinking that I get out of work and I want to beat traffic. So, because it's always traffic when I get home, go find a gym near our hospital that I could be at for an hour or two, and I'll probably be doing cardio. I mean, I did weight training before, but then for the most part, I just need to get my stamina back. So I'm going to be following in your footsteps, and that's where you guys are inspiring me.
So maybe we can change the dynamic. We can change the direction of this podcast and turn it into a fitness podcast.
It's all this fitness talk and scrubs.
And scrubs, yeah. How many podcasts are we gonna have?
No, this pod is you think about it. We go in all directions and we come back to Disney. Yeah. But we'll make different different logos depending on the stuff.
Jonas, I don't see Jonas anymore.
Oh, it might be your phone. No, Jonas is good. He's on my feed.
I see me.
All three of you guys are on my feed. So the important part is all three of you guys are in there.
Okay,
can you hear Jonas though?
I can't hear Jonas, but I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
no.
weird.
I know. Well,
I know, that's
again, I'm out and about in public, and I apologize if like
No,
my
no, you're
speech
good. You're
isn't
good.
that
You're good.
great.
No, you're good. I
Again,
mean, you're all three are coming in perfectly. I don't know
yeah,
what's going on. Maybe it's just your phone.
yeah,
Like
it's my
Teardrop,
phone,
why
and
don't
again,
you?
a crappy phone, and I don't have Wi-Fi, so I'm using my phone's
Well, if I mean,
you know,
maybe I mean,
internet.
trust me. If you need to just bounce back out and then bounce back in, maybe you can do that too. It
I
might
got
help.
you.
That
I
might
got
help
you.
it.
You
But
know,
trust me, I'll fix it. I'll fix it anyways. There's no problem.
I know this is
Yeah,
the theme of our podcast, anyways, is technical
and
difficulty. So
Technical-
it's
technical
my turn.
difficulties.
Yeah.
Teardrop, why don't
There you
you? Oh, you hear me now?
I
Cool.
hear you now.
My bad?
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, but then since E has to go sooner, let's play catch up with E. What's been going on with you other
Yeah, what's
than
going on with you?
Tony's soul?
Again, same thing. Like I've just been at work, just spending more time with my girlfriend, and making workouts or making like a program for creating programs for Tony.
But you know what? I gotta give I feel bad for E. E got actually injured a couple weeks ago on one of the codes at our work, and he messed up his right wrist. And
Tell
he's
the story because I only heard about it secondhand. You want to tell a story without HIPAA? Don't violate HIPAA.
Well, making a long story short, I sprained my wrist, so I haven't been working out for the past month. My doctor recently told me that I can go back into working out. So, but again, it didn't stop me from helping my buddy out, because
Yeah.
I just don't want him to think that it's okay to stop, suddenly.
I
But the
remember.
only reason
No,
why
you
I
know
stopped
what?
is because I got hurt.
I remember a couple weeks ago. I think Teardrop went too hard, and then was it you injured your leg or your arm while you're working out?
It was my arm.
Yeah.
But now I was telling E because we went to watch Brave New World today. I was
Yeah.
telling him that I
Spoiler,
think
no
now
spoilers. No spoilers.
no spoilers. Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be now. Talking about age, I think it might be my rotator cuff. To be honest with you,
You
because
played ball, right? You played ball before?
I play
or
football. Yeah.
or it was a
Or
workout that I told you not to do, but you ended up doing it anyways.
I think that's the answer.
that's probably the
Is-
answer right there.
Because I was telling him that one particular workout, so I'm like, I don't know, man. Like there's just too much risk of an injury for you doing that
What was
specific workout.
Tony was like just raring through it, like fuck that, I could do that. I'm
No,
Hulk.
he-
I can do whatever.
Well,
I
I
want.
was feeling good, and I was talking to Eric about that. Like, I was at a
He
point
saw it.
where
He saw it on
I had this
TikTok.
high, and then
Yeah.
I
He
was
saw it on TikTok.
Hey, that's
And
a,
he
that's a
showed
story,
me.
bro.
And
That's
he
a
showed
story
me the
that a
workout.
lot of our like you immediately no, don't do it.
okay. So back in high school, back in college, I used to have one of those Terry Crews chests, not like the super like chesty chest, but like I was able to like move my chest because I had a pretty muscular chest even though I was a bigger
Yeah,
guy.
big pecs.
And I used to do a lot of dumbbells, dumbbell, flies and stuff like that. So I thought I'd be able to do it, thinking, hey, it's only 15, 20 pounds. And then it wasn't until after that exercise that from that point on, it's been on and off hurting. There's nights where literally I'm just laying in bed and it just starts to hurt. I'm like, why does it hurt? And it hasn't gone away, and it's been at least 2 months, maybe. I think maybe a little bit
There's
more.
probably a little tear there.
Yeah.
Probably like a shoulder impingement here and there, but you can still, do other things.
Stop throwing
so,
big
like,
words around, Eric.
No,
Shoulder what? Impingement?
Yeah.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
You
That's
know,
what
that is.
TikTok workouts. That's what it is.
The TikTok workout.
Yeah.
I know.
Like-
I did something I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, but then the point is that didn't derail you. Like
Oh,
the
no,
next
no,
time,
no.
I think you're there like
No.
4 days later. You're like, I'm gonna take it a little easier, and I'm still at it. And that's kind of the mindset that you gotta take. You go without E sometimes.
He
I
goes a
actually do
lot
go without you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I try to go at least three times a week. This last week I just went Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then I just went yesterday, and then I'm gonna go tomorrow again. So it's been I could try to go every other day as much as
So
possible.
like you're officially a gym rat, and then you see other gym rats, and then they see you like, hey bro, what's up, man?
Oh yeah,
Looking
no,
good.
I've had some really good experiences. People that have come up to me and say they've even seen the difference from when I started to when I go now, and it's nice to know like that. Other, I'm not saying that I want people to pay attention to me, but other people are seeing my progress,
No, there's
and
nothing wrong with that. I think
it's like
that's
yeah,
I think there's nothing wrong with that kind of positive reinforcement. It's how our brains work. You know, on a
yeah,
chemical level, when someone compliments you, you get that dopamine hit in your
right.
brain. I'm happy, and then you're like, I want that dopamine hit again. How did I get it? By continuing to work out, by posing nude on Maxim, whatever. Things like that.
OnlyFans,
It's
click the link.
I mean that's why they do it. It's not the
That's why
money,
they
it's
do
the
it,
attention.
right?
Um,
It's the
and
attention.
you can use that to your will, like, and it's funny that you were talking about them Terry Crews pecs, because that's what I feel when I hug you. So I
Right.
know that it's there. It's just underneath.
It's underneath a little bit. It's like there's a little gap. There's a little gap, and once you feel it, it's right there. It's
All
right
right,
there.
so let's get some numbers out of the way. All right, what's your goal? Are you still aiming to get it down so you get the surgery, or do you want to just keep going and going and going until it just melts away?
So update, I made my first appointment for my orientation for the gastric bypass surgery.
So that
So
those
that
class that Guapo was talking about, right?
yeah, so I
The
would go on the 28th
Nice.
of this month. That would be my first class, and then right after that, I would have my first appointment with the doctor. I would make the appointment with the doctor and then go from there. So nothing set in stone. Because I feel like a lot of people are saying maybe I might not have to lose so much more weight because of how much weight I've lost already. I feel like they might tell me to lose a little bit more weight. Like I said, I'm gonna do my best to do it on my own terms. But then again, if I have this opportunity, I'm gonna take it. All three of
Cool.
us have seen the improvement of our awesome friend Ed Wapo. He's been doing
Yeah.
so well.
Amazing. Yeah.
If I could put a video up there, I think I have it still. Him playing. So
That's what I
one
was
of
going
his
to say.
goals,
Him in the batting
yeah,
cage.
hit
In
in
the
the
batting.
batting cage. He's doing
I'm not going
so
to because I want
good.
him to talk about that. But yeah, just seeing that, it almost made me cry because I was
Right.
like, I knew that
It's
was
one
his
of his
dream.
dreams. Yeah, it's one of his dreams.
Yours
I
is
think
to
for
be
sure.
able to stand in line and wait for Todd McFarlane's autograph without a walker.
Well, all the people that I wanted to
You got
are gone now. But the main one I wanted to come. Stan Lee, I always wanted to get directly his signature, but I mean I won't be able to now. But E did give me one, which I really do appreciate.
You keep
Um,
working so you're strong enough to dig out his corpse and then signature with his belt.
grab his bones
Yeah.
and just kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
there you go. All right.
I'm now strong enough to fight all of the police officers that attack me when I try and steal
Right after,
Stanley's corpse.
right after. No, but I mean, it's nice to know that it's just to be able to. I guess my goal now is for sure, because I'm not going to be able to go to this Comic Con in San Diego, but maybe for the next
Yeah.
one, to be able to not only last one day but last all 3 days. You know what I mean? Or do
There it is.
something where I can enjoy the whole event and not have to sit my ass down every single time.
You have a year and 4 months to do it. But that's a good segue. So we're talking about going to cons. Are both you going to WonderCon?
I'm trying to, yeah, I haven't got my tickets yet, but I still want to go to WonderCon for sure.
Yeah.
for
And
sure
then
going to. I'm going Friday and Sunday. But
are those
as far as
days
Saturday
that
goes, yeah.
so when you
And
were
those are the
sharing
only
about
days that
this,
I'm available.
yeah. But when you were talking about it, I was like, because you're touting again that Todd McFarlane's going to be there again.
Mhm.
What is your goal this time? You're like, I want Todd to give me the keys to his car to change his children's name to Variant Eric
Very
McFarlane.
I wish I can say what I'm thinking right now, but I'm out in public and people are walking right past me. But once there's not too many people here, I'll tell you what's my goal.
I think that the joke goal. All right, I could say it because nobody here. You want to fuck Todd McFarlane? There we go. All right.
Yay!
Actually, no. On a less jokey front, it'd be cool. A sketch. That would be the next.
That would
the
be
next.
a real
You've
something
had
nice.
his signatures, signed comics, signed prints, signed action figures. But if you do a sketch for you, I mean, I don't know if
Already
Todd
got-
McFarlane still does
I-
a sketch.
He does, but it's really difficult to get it. Hey, who knows?
But
You know,
look what
I
you've
got
made him do before.
I got Jim Lee's I got Jim Lee to do a sketch for me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All you need
Never
is
say
his,
never.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Man.
Ah,
And then Jonas, I know that you've been going through a lot with school and everything. How's everything going with you?
I mean, it's school. That's it. One thing. Well, okay. We kind of bypassed the Shoutcats, but I was planning to do this. It seems like it seems like a sandbag, but I think it's something that has to be discussed. So we're gonna get a little serious. I'm in school. I'm studying to be a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I'm in my second semester, and it's going okay so far. I have a ways to go, aiming for summer of 2027. So now I was inspired to do this from several of our coworkers. They're all psychiatric nurses who all went to get their bachelor's, and then they went to get their master's, and many of them have flown the coop. And by all means, that's what they got to do. They can't work bedside. We lost him. Or
It's okay.
will he come back?
He'll probably try to come back. I think he
That's
probably
fine.
just started off for now. Yeah.
So these nurses, they inspired me to go back to school, and I've seen them one by one. They finish up, they graduate, they get their license, and they start practicing as nurse practitioners. And this means that they work in doctor's office, seeing patients. They go to hospitals and nurse facilities seeing patients. They're achieving their dreams. And again, it's my dream too. And I'll not use any names, but very recently, one of those nurses who I'm familiar with, he was very, very present on TikTok and other outlets for having a mental breakdown in the middle of a restaurant. I was at work. I was busy, and then I was busy the whole day. And then Teardrop sends me a video. It says, "Can you believe this? Oh my gosh!" And then I can't believe this happened. And I didn't have a chance to watch it until I'm driving on the freeway, and I hit some traffic, and I start playing it, and I'm watching the video of this person flipping out, just total mental breakdown, screaming, hissing, everything. And I'm not putting it together until at the very end, they show his picture from his like LinkedIn and saying this man is a psychiatric nurse practitioner. He's supposed to treat people with mental illness. And then I audibly was like, holy shit,
my phone
no.
is about to die, guys. If I
Oh,
sorry
no
for
way.
interrupting, my phone is about to die, so I might have to leave it, and then I'll be back after I charge it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yes, so yeah, that's fine.
All
No problem.
All right.
It's like 2% right now.
Well, actually,
No
if you
worries.
want to watch your car now, Jonas is telling us a story, so we just go to your car and then come back.
Yeah.
Again.
All right.
All right. There you go.
I mean, again, like this is someone who I saw come up from essentially the bottom.
Right.
You come to our hospital, you have this new dream, you do everything you can to achieve this dream. I was there the day he left, where I like shook his hand. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss you, so forth. Good luck. And then I see this happen, and I'm not going to go into what I think it was or what happened. That's not the point. The point is that seeing someone who is in a very similar situation as myself worked so hard to get to that point, and in a year's time, maybe less than a year, it all goes away. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for him, of course. It's heartbreaking for me to see, and a lot of our coworkers who'd known him were all having the same sentiment, like, "Oh my, I can't believe this." So, basically, the whole point of it is we never want to forget our mental health. We have to be aware that it doesn't matter how much education you have, how much experience you have, how much you think you have it all together. It could be taken from you like that because you didn't seek adequate treatment. or you made decisions that you knew could affect your life, your livelihood.
Or a lot of the times you take on too much and it's just too much for you.
I mean,
in a sense
it
sometimes.
could have been like all this work. I mean, this is a nurse practitioner. They are very busy. They're very busy seeing patients, maybe 10, 15 patients a day. Some of them, one of our coworkers, he has to make a drive 250 miles to see a certain nursing home's patient like every 6 months or so. I mean, it could take its toll on you. And then add to that your family, your spouse, just day-to-day bullshit. You know, if all this comes to a head and you're not managing it, then this is the outcome. And some people might say, like, well, you know, he should have known better and so forth. Or, yeah, if he was so smart, he wouldn't have done that, or he would have done this, blah, 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 blah. All right. Everyone can make the same mistakes. It does. No one is 100% clean. I was thinking about it, and I'm trying my best to work through everything, manage all my issues in a beneficial manner. And all I could hope for is that, you know, I'm able to handle the pressures now and in summer of 2027 and onward. We all can.
It's easy to judge somebody on the other side, right? So we're always, of course, on the side that we're looking at them and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this, or oh my God, they did that, and this, what's going on. But sometimes I do put myself in that position. I'm thinking, like, it could be any one of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be any one of us.
I wasn't watching that video and saying, oh my God, look at him. I was saying, oh my God, that could be me.
Right.
So one of our coworkers, well, I'll give him a shout out to Jason. He's one of the people in my unit intake who inspired me. He said this thing that's the most, I will take it with me to the end of time. We were talking about our patients. Once again, we work at a psychiatric hospital, and we were talking about, oh, you know, this guy, that guy, this guy has schizophrenia, this guy is addicted to drugs, this guy's an alcoholic, etc. And then Jason shut everyone up. He just said, the only difference between us and them is the level of support we have. And that would be the difference between us having a complete mental breakdown and losing it, and being able to take our psychiatric issues, our depression, our anxiety, etc., and being able to treat it and manage it with, you know, and get past it. So I will always remember that, just to be humble, you know,
Right.
like it. And I'll tell you, that's not the first horror story from our hospital regarding our former staff members. We've had staff that killed themselves. We had staff that were sober for a long time, relapsed, and then overdosed. It's not. This isn't the first time that we've seen something like this, but I think that in my head I was like, I saw this person, you know, achieve his dreams, you know, and it's all gone now. And that's very sobering. So no names.
No names.
You know, and I don't think he's ever going to see this, but you know, if he does, he knows who we're talking about, and I wish you the best, sir, and I wish God bless you, and I hope you get through this.
And I hope he does. I really do hope he does. And it is a sad situation, you know. But you know what? I could see nothing but good things for you, Jonas. I mean, you're a psychiatric nurse, buddy, and I don't see you doing anything else but being that. And
no, let's not tempt fate.
I know. But what I'm trying to say though is, I'm trying to keep it positive and know that you're gonna be okay. We have a good
so Tony knows this. He knows that whenever we're at work and we're on the unit, there's certain words we don't say. We don't say quiet. We don't say calm. We don't say slow. Because the second we say those things, it's going to not be quiet, not be calm, not be slow. Right. So all I'm saying is that today I'm good.
Exactly.
Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be good. Yeah. And to tie it all back to what this podcast is about, it's not about mental health and about weightlifting. No, it's about Disney. God damn it.
Right.
It's about Disney and Marvel and Star Wars.
Well, but we just share where we all been. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, like I guess in a fun way, and you've said this before, and I've said this before, that our love for these comics and these movies and these theme parks, it keeps us sane.
Mm-hmm.
It does. I mean, those prices are crazy, but yeah, like I love it. I had just a kind of a weak park story. I hadn't gone for most of January because my passes were blocked off, and then my wife scheduled a visit one Sunday, and we got there, and first off, we finally got a chance to see the new Downtown Disney. Yeah, and it's great. Of course, we didn't get a chance to eat. You posted your video of you hanging out at what's called Parkview,
Parkview, or yeah,
and
Vista,
I still have
the bar at Vista, yeah, Parkview,
yeah. And I still haven't tried those Brussels sprouts that you made look so good with the lime salt.
Amazing, bro.
I'm gonna next time. No, next time I go, I'm gonna go. But this time I went, and it was raining.
Oh, okay. Then you went in the rain.
We knew it was raining. We knew we're gonna go anyway because we haven't been there in so long. And we got all of our slickers, and we made it out. And then we walked through it. We basically spent an hour in the rain. The ride that we wanted to ride, Tiana's, was closed, and I ranked out. I instead of let's just push past it and let's go try and find another ride, I said, guys, you just want to go? And I kind of felt ashamed. I felt ashamed because I always say this. I've said on this pod that Disneyland in the rain is the funnest thing in the world because the lines are all short and stuff. Yeah, but this time I was like, the only other ride we want to ride is Haunted Mansion to see the new bride.
Right.
But the line for Haunted Mansion was 30 minutes, and now most of the line is outside. So I was like, let's just go. We didn't even eat anything. We end up going to Lucille's down the street. So I'm not sure when we're gonna have the next chance to go. Swanee always lines up. She lines up our reservations. I think we're next time we go, we're finally going to get to go to Blue Bayou. But you recently went last week or this week?
It was, I could probably say it was about 13 days ago. It was on the 4th.
13 days ago, and it was a special night. And
13 days ago, actually.
Yeah.
It was Sweethearts Night.
Sweethearts Night.
So we're 3 days away or past now from Valentine's Day. Look at this. A little rose bought by director Isabel.
She bought you a rose.
Actually, she got that rose from work, but she actually made me this little cute baggie. It was just nice little gifts that we gave each other. She actually gave me something that reminded me of the podcast. Was this keychain?
Oh, that's cute.
Hey,
well, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that fucker who ripped the ears off your foam one in Sea
Oh yeah, yeah.
You better hide that. Part of me wants to go. I want to sneak into South one day when you're on break and then rip the ears off that one. Be like,
who did it?
You can't fucking escape me.
I don't know who did that.
So I want to know about this. I want to know about this night because not only is this a special night, but also you haven't been to the park in a long time.
So it was a twofer. Okay, a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna post this video still because I recorded the night. So I'm gonna take a long story and make it short. Friends of the channel.
Take your time. Before you go on. No time. Take your time. Unfortunately, our different perspective, Alex, he won't be able to make it.
It's okay.
It's an emergency. I don't want to blow him up, but just shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Works out. Again, you'll be on the show next time. In fact, we'll do a remote for our next in person.
Yeah, we'll get him in. There's no problem with that. That's no problem.
So take your time, man. I'm just here hanging out with my boy. All right.
So friends of the channel, Rudy and Megan.
Yeah, shout out to Rudy and Megan.
Shout out to Rudy and Megan.
Mr. and Mrs. Rudy.
Mr. and Mrs. Rudy. They're expecting a child.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, they're expecting. You didn't know that.
I'm trying to do the math. Okay, October. They got married like October 30th, like Halloween or something like that. It was a couple days past your birthday.
So they figured it out. So they figured it out that they conceived when she got back from her bachelorette party.
Oh,
That's how they figured it out.
They're pushing the cart before the horse.
So she
Hey,
was already pregnant when they got married.
I can't talk, man. Jack was four months in by the time me and Swanee got married.
It happens, bro. It happens.
Sorry, Lord.
Yeah, I didn't mean it. She looks so hot, Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why'd you make things so beautiful? Okay. So this is what happened. Rudy had Rudy and Megan had told us that they wanted Isabel to find out the gender of the baby. Okay.
Oh, for
They did not want to know and have Isabel do it in some way or other. Okay. Fast forward to Christmas time. Director Isabel got us tickets for Sweethearts Night with the intention of doing the gender reveal that night. Okay. So it gets a little nice. It gets nice and spicy. So we find out what the baby is. Okay. We know. So then we start to kind of think like, how can we do this? How can we make it work? Especially because we're gonna do it as Sweethearts.
I think I know, but go ahead.
Disney's really good at helping you out in these situations. But first off, we didn't tell Megan that we were gonna meet up for Sweethearts Night. Rudy just told Megan, I got tickets for Sweethearts Night. You and me, we're gonna have fun. Not knowing that Isabel and I were gonna meet up with them, so which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So Isabel and I prepared for the gender reveal. We got a couple of things from the World of Disney store. So I still don't want to tell you what it was. We just got you just a onesie, a little boy onesie, a little this really cute stuffed animal that was not stuffed animal. It's a stuffed Mickey, and in the foot of the Mickey it said "My First Mickey," and then on the other side it said 2025. It was cute.
Nice.
So we got that. And then we got a little frame, like a little square frame. And in the frame, there was a post-it of the doctor that said, you have an XY chromosome, you're having a male or having a boy. I'm telling you. They're having a boy.
So sweet. Yeah.
Okay, so
Rudy Jr.
We put that all in a box. Okay. So again, they didn't know we were going to be there. Only Rudy knew that we were going to be there, but he didn't know that we were going to do the gender reveal that day. So we meet up at the Blue Bayou. To segue to what you're saying. So that was my first time at the restaurant. And let me just say, the ambiance is just as beautiful as when you see it from the boat. Actually, even better.
I can't fucking wait. I can't wait.
It
I'm always harassing them. Every time I harass them when I'm on the boat. Hello there. Having a wonderful dinner. It looks great.
Nice. It looks great.
Now I'm going to be there just like, oh, look at that trash. Get out of here.
Keep going. Go meet up with the
I hope you guys die. I hope pirates kill you. My word.
My word.
Trash.
We had one of the first reservations because when you do Sweethearts Night, you have 3 hours in advance before the night starts,
nice.
so you can go.
It's like
so we had the reservation at 6:45, I believe. So we were there waiting in the lounge, and of course, Rudy and Megan come up, and Megan didn't see us until like Isabel like tapped her shoulder, and then like, oh my god, we just kind of hugged each other, and we're all excited to be together. We went inside, and they had a really cool photo op. I'll put some pictures there, ping, of Isabel and I. They had a really cool photo op of like these little cups and kind of looking at each other and like taking cute pictures. And we ended up getting the table right by the railing, right by the boats. It was beautiful. Just seeing the boats pass by and everything like that. We had a really cool
stealing hats. Like, ooh.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I want to jump in real quick. So we had a really cool server. His name is Chandler. Shout out to Chandler. Really fun guy. He made the night pretty fun for us. Shout out for him. Rewind that day, Isabel and I went to Korean barbecue before that night. So we weren't too hungry. So we shared, they have like a trio kind of a platter kind of deal. So it was like your appetizer, which was a salad. It was a fig and apricot salad.
Oh, fancy,
Beautiful.
nice.
And then the entree was a bone-in ribeye with a
Oh, shit.
seafood melody. So the seafood melody was
That sounds good.
oysters and clams, but Isabel and I aren't. Isabel isn't really a big fan of oysters and clams. I'm not either. So what they did was you can substitute shrimp instead. So it was
Nice.
like a kind of like boiling
Oh.
crab. So it was shrimp.
I just bummed myself out. Was this just like a Sweethearts Night special, or was that the
No,
normal?
they have it. They have it. It's there.
Okay, cool.
You can
That's
get
something
that.
good.
Yeah. So it had the seafood boil, you can say. So it was like the shrimp, the sausage, potatoes, corn, all that together.
Nice.
And then it has like a pat of butter, of garlic butter that you can put on your steak as you're like biting it. Oh my god, it was so good. And then you finish it off with a banana, pecan, and raisin loaf with vanilla ice cream and candy pecans.
Like a bread pudding.
No, it was more like a loaf, but you put the ice cream on top, and then the
All right, that's bomb as
real
fuck.
great for your diabetes for sure.
I mean, I'll break the ruls.
I mean, I feel like I know you can eat, but I mean, maybe you would.
I want to end
Maybe
that
you
night
just want to
with
get shared.
diabetes. I want diabetes and gout.
Yeah, because gout runs in the dang Filipino family.
It's a rich man's disease. I want to be
Exactly.
like, yes, I have diabetes and gout. You
Yeah.
trash.
You see me walking here.
Just take my roll and just enjoy your splash. You poor. Just
Fools.
Oh,
Food was
I mean,
amazing. Food was
it
great.
was amazing. As far as the characters, were there any? Did you take any of the photo ops? Well, you talk about the photo ops, but did you get any of the character meetups?
So that's where we did it. So okay, Rudy is a captain. He captains ships. He works in Newport, Marina Del Rey,
Wait,
Long Beach.
time out. When are we gonna get either of them on the show? That's what I want to know.
I mean, if we taught Rudy with time, we could be definitely on one of our different perspectives. So can Megan for
especially
sure.
this new format, because I mean, I don't want to derail you, but then we could do these episodes in between our in-person episodes, and then again, this episode is much lower stakes. We just goof off, we have fun, and then it makes it so much easier that we have anyone on the show, and
I can bring my set. I can bring my setup to your house, not that much, and then we just buy an external mic, so we don't have to have, headphones. We could do external mics where we just, you and me could be on the camera, and then we can just be talking to them.
Yeah, like the way I thought of that just now is because his moniker on the show, his nickname will be the Captain.
The Captain.
Captain Rudy.
The Captain. I actually like that. I think he would like that too. It's the Captain.
All right. So, anyways, so I derailed you. I'm sorry.
Good. So the Captain. If you guys ever saw any of the vlogs from Walt Disney World, the Captain's favorite character is Donald. So
Nice.
Donald's the Captain. So Isabel's all like, hey, like they're having a Donald and Daisy photo op right by the firehouse, right by Main Street. Let's go do it there. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, so she's like, why don't you go online? I'm gonna get everything ready. They're gonna meet up with us because we kind of separated after Blue Bayou because they rode Pirates, but we said, okay, we have to go do some things. We'll meet you guys at Main Street. So I got in line, and I was in line, and then of course, they have a handler, I guess you call him, and the handler comes out, and they're like, okay, so anybody who's going to take pictures of Donald and Daisy, just know they're just going to be pictures. There's going to be quick. There's going to be a long line. We're going to get people in and out. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, son of a bitch, like maybe they're not going to let us
want to do it.
Yeah. So they finally got to me. We're in line. We're going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, I need to make it where I need to talk to one of these people. So the line was still kind of long, and I said, you know what, babe, I'm gonna go sit down. And I was sitting down, a little kind of like where everybody sits down right by the restrooms, right between the firehouse and the city hall. So I was right there sitting down. And then some of the handlers were there. So I waited until they got back to the other side of the turn. And I went and I talked to one of the ladies, said, hey, you know what? I have a question for you. I said, I have a friend. He's expecting with his beautiful wife. and these are one of the a white shirt with the hearts on it. I said, my girlfriend and I have this idea of doing kind of like a gender reveal. We don't want to record. We don't want to stop your line. Your line, I know you have to get the line fast. We just want them to open the gift in front of Donald and Daisy, and then that's it. Like, oh, well, let me talk to this and so person. Of course, I had to go to the higher up, and
Let me talk to
the same thing. Yeah. Let me talk to the same thing. So they explained to me that if you have any like a box or anything like that, the characters can't necessarily partake until the box is gone. So they said, give them the box. They can open it. They're not going to be in the picture. And then once they take the things out and we know what they are, and there's not, because I guess what they're afraid of, somebody like, Free Palestine or something like, what I mean? Like,
no,
stuff, they don't want any of that stuff, right?
Fucking bomb.
I'm just saying, whatever it is. I mean, I'm in the middle
bunch
of
of snakes.
Yeah. So, I was like, I get it. They don't want any bad publicity. So I said, okay. And then as soon as so he told me, have your girlfriend give him the box. Then as soon as they pull everything out, get the box out, and then Donald and Daisy can jump in. I was like, all right, cool. So as soon as they came to the corner and I was standing there, I told her, let them walk up, and then when they're waiting for us to walk up with them, we'll bring them the box, and then they go from there. And it worked out beautifully. They walked over there, they're looking at us, and then Isabel pulled the box, got a bag. I don't know how she hid it, but she got the bag, pulled it out, walked up, and they're like, well, what's this? And it said to like mom and dad from baby or whatever. And they're like, oh, they're like, guess what? You guys are gonna know your baby today. And they're like, what? No, oh my god! And then like, there's at least 100 people in line, and now like everybody who's having their conversations slow down. Now they're all looking. They're like, what?
Oh shit!
Like, what's this box? So then they're opening their box, and I believe it was Megan who said it first. Like I said, I'm gonna put that video probably after this podcast because I have some time to edit it. But I'm gonna have the whole ordeal of us planning it and everything like that. It's gonna be up here on the YouTube channel. Nice. Megan looks in and she's all like, she's the first one that says it. We're having a boy, and then Rudy goes in and grabs the stuffed Mickey and pulls it out. Yeah, exactly. He's like, we're having a boy, and everybody's like, yeah, and starts clapping.
That's awesome, man.
All these pictures go off, and then I told Isabel, I was like, go get the box. So she
throw the box in.
So she grabbed the box, and then as soon as she did that, like Daisy runs in first. So Daisy hugs Megan, and then Donald hugs Megan. And then, Daisy with Rudy. But the funniest part was when Donald hugged Rudy, they were hugging for a little bit. And then Donald kind of walked behind Rudy. And then you can see Donald behind Rudy like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It was so cool, dude. I'll put the video up. It was amazing.
So,
just like, oh, yeah.
It goes without saying, the baby's got to be named Donald.
They actually already have a name, and I think they're already calling it Benji for short for Benjamin or Benjamin, I guess.
Awesome,
Benjamin.
Well,
so
congratulations, Captain. Congratulations,
Captain and Megan.
Megan. Well, if he's Captain, and she has to be
first mate.
First mate. Oh, that
Skipper?
sounds dismissive.
Skipper?
No. Miss Captain, I don't know.
Miss Captain, yeah. Captain and Miss.
Co-captain.
Co-captain.
Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, guys, for sure. We're so
have fun making let's hope it's another nerd for our ranks.
I know. I'm so excited. And you know what? It was really sweet. As we were walking away, everyone's all like, "Oh my god, congratulations!" and giving them their congratulations. And then we turned the corner. We're literally like in between the last door of the Emporium and like the cinema on the right. And they're like, hey, you know what? I think this is the perfect time for us to tell you guys. We're like, what? They're all like, we want you guys to be godparents. And we're just like, oh my god. And we like, so Isabel started crying, like ugly crying, and I just teared up a little bit like that. So they already had that in mind. They just didn't want to tell us, and now that was the perfect time.
I mean, that's a big fucking deal, dude. I know it's lost its luster over time, but that means it's still the news of like, you will be the ones who will care for this child. God forbid,
you're right.
Anything were to happen.
Mm-hmm.
the new definition is also fun. You get to be the one that gets to take him to the club for first time,
Yeah.
give him his first beer.
Benji, this is a cigar.
Yeah.
You don't inhale it.
that they call because their dad and mom are being a dick. Like
Right.
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I was godfather to my first nephew, but then that didn't matter because I ended up just being his father, right? And those babies, my nephews and my niece, they're my first children. So it is a big undertaking. You will always have to have the better gift than the parents.
Right.
You always have to be more understanding, more cool, show them cool stuff, music, movies, TV shows, comics. That's your job.
Right.
To the point where it's like I wish I could I wish I could live with Tony and Isabel. I'm like, fuck you, Benjamin. You take that back. No, fuck you, Captain.
Captain.
Go
Is that what they call you, Captain?
Go, why don't you go fishing? Hell, go sail out of my life.
I'm
Captain.
tired of fishing, Dad.
We're creating this fucked up, tumultuous relationship. I'm sorry. This is
We hope
satire.
everything goes good. We hope everything will go good. It's just,
Children always have the best relationship with their parents.
oh yeah, yeah, always.
My kids are aiming like crossbows at me as we speak.
I had to duck from them. I've had the pleasure of being a godfather already. I think you met. I don't know if you met Mikey. You've seen Mikey, I think.
No, I've seen him, and again, like your relationship with him is really cool. You talk about even when
he got his first lightsaber. When I took him out to get the first lightsaber, yeah.
Right? And then when you were telling me that story where he was like in shock that you were going to do it, I was like, that's awesome. First off, props to Mikey for being like 19 and still being able to like feel magic. Yeah. Because I know if I tried that with my nephews at 19, they'd be like, fuck, what? I fucking just buy us weed instead. And I was like, no, lightsabers.
You just give me a bottle instead, Uncle? Jeez.
The Force gets you higher than any marijuana cigarettes.
Yeah, no.
That's
what I appreciate about Mikey is that he comes from a family and a line of all of us who are along those lines of loving Disney so much, or loving just that, like Star Wars, like all, like, he's not necessarily. I mean, he likes Marvel. I know he does, but he loves Star Wars. And I think my cousins that live in Vegas, shout out to Sylvia and Isabel, they love Star Wars, and that's why I feel like when he was able to appreciate not only the gravitas of like getting the lightsaber, but then when you're building it and you have, Yoda talking to you, and it's like you seen that smile on his face constantly. It was just like exactly how I felt when I made mine. I was in my 30s. Oh, well, was I? No, I was already in my 40s, like 40 already. Yeah. I was 40, and I was like, oh my God, what is this?
I went to your 41st birthday.
Yeah,
and that was post She Who Will Not Be Named. But then, yeah, I think like I was looking through my my old computer last night. Well, it's not old computer; it's my current computer. But then I have a lot of files there from like 2005. That's when I got the computer, and then just going on this little like nostalgia trip, looking at old pictures, old writings I've had. I came upon like this image. It looked like the back of Golden books, the Golden storybooks.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
They all have the same back cover. It's a bunch of characters surrounding text. And then in this parody, I guess, of the back of those covers, it had a bunch of, nerd iconography, Darth Vader, Marty McFly, aliens, etc., all surrounding. And it surrounded this quote. And I have to paraphrase the quote now, but then it was something about being nerds. And it ended basically with like nerds are just are guilty of loving intensely, and something like that. I'll try and find the actual quote because it's real. Here am I saying like, oh, it's so profound and so meaningful. I can't remember it, but
I remember it. Yeah.
But then, as far as like what it means, it's true. We love things passionately. And we could let ourselves feel magic and let us feel the fantasy. I mean,
Right.
we all know that when we go build a lightsaber, that's all just projections and lighting effects and sound systems and whatever. And we know that the lady who is helping us build our lightsaber is going to go, run off and stop and get Yoshinoya for her boyfriend on the way home or something. But then
Right.
in that moment, we're like, I'm building a lightsaber in Batu, and it's a very sacred thing, and we have to be very quiet because the First Order is right outside and shit. And we let ourselves feel it. And oh man, I want to. I know that they've released a new set of lightsabers, and I'm tempted to do it again just to see if it's just as good as it was when I went. Like I built my
Right.
lightsaber, Galaxy's Edge was like a month old, and then I remember the girl or the cast members who were doing it, they were into it. Like they were like they looked like not just in their voice, but their eyes and their face. They looked like they were playing the role, and it all added up to feel really magical and real. So I'm kind of tempted to spend another $250 to see that they're still up to snuff. Because if I go there and they're like, you take the plastic piece and stick it in there, and then it'll work. Okay, turn it. Oh, okay. Turn off the lights. The lightsaber activator switch isn't working. And the lights
Oh
come
no,
up.
yeah.
Fucking someone dressed as Yoda comes out, pulls off his mask, and starts smoking a cigarette. Just, oh god, this always happens at the 9 o'clock show. If I see that, then I'll be like, oh man, where's that magic?
Where's that
Uh,
magic? The magic is done. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah,
well, okay.
I hope they never does.
So as far as Sweetheart Night, did you get that Disney buzz of like, I miss coming here? I want to get my pass back, or you're just like,
You know what? Yes and no, because and then that's weird to me because I was talking to Isabel about that. Um, I did miss it when I was inside the park. I did miss it a lot, and especially because we didn't necessarily have an opportunity to ride a lot of rides. Not because the lines were big or anything like that. We're just concentrating on having a fun night with Rudy and Megan. I know Megan, since she was pregnant, she can't do a lot of like the hardcore rides and everything like that.
you could
So
only
we're
ride
just
Space
like,
Mountain once.
right. So and then we were giving them their time. So for example, with like Rudy and Megan, like we took pictures with that Mickey and I forgot to tell you, exactly like the Musketeer hats that they have for kids. We
Yeah.
wrote baby, his last name
Benjamin?
baby boy Curie or whatever.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't
And-
say names.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it's cool. So they had it, they had the hat on the baby, I mean on the Mickey, and they took pictures all over the park. Just to
That's
kind of
cool.
like, get it prepared and get ready. And it was really cute. And it's funny, like they were holding it like it was a baby. It's just like they, but mentally maybe they're in that headspace. So we really didn't have a chance. I mean, we only rode one ride, which was Runaway Railway, which literally had no line at all. We literally walked from the very front to the very back, straight to the cinema to watch the show. And we walked in and we went into the ride. It was crazy.
It's the most romantic ride. It's about Mickey and Minnie having that wonderful picnic at the end.
together.
So it's kind of appropriate.
That was perfect. Nobody was in line. But you know what though? I don't want to ruin the mood or anything like that. But going back to the weight loss thing, right? When I was at my heaviest, I didn't have any. The issue was moving. The issue was moving, but I had no aches and pains other than my knees. The aches and pains are still there a little bit on my knees, but not as much. But now that I've lost weight, tell me that I've developed plantar fasciitis, like on my left leg.
Oh, God.
So it's the arch. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just like that tendon that's in the arch of the heel. And you get it by having poor structure in your legs, meaning like I don't know if anybody knows what. Yeah, either that or you're overpronated or underpronated. Overpronated means that your feet, the balance of your feet are more towards the inside of your legs or your feet. Underpronation is towards the outside of your feet. So when you're walking on your sneakers, like the outside of my sneakers are worn out more than the left. So imagine if you don't balance your tires. If sometimes they get balanced, one wear wears out more on one side than the other. Same thing with your feet. If you're underpronated or underpronated, depending on what side you are, it's going to get worn out. So when you have that, oh my God. So I thought I wore the appropriate shoes, and I did not. I did not. I was hurting by the end of the night. And, I mean, Disney, you walk everywhere. I think we walked 16, 17,000 steps, even in those few, 4 or 5 6
Yeah,
hours.
I think someone did the math, and then like a day at Disneyland is like walking like 3 miles, the equivalent of 3 or 4 miles. But
yeah.
So then were you like, because of the pain, it made you think, oh, then this can be like that every time I go to Disneyland?
It kind of did feel like that because maybe, like I said, maybe if I have the opportunity to go back and generally take my time, because I know we were just walking around taking pictures of everything,
Yeah.
and then usually when you're in line, you can hold on to something, lean on something, do something. But being there did spark my nostalgia. I did think about buying my pass, but then you already know, in the sense that it's this year, it just seems like there's going to be a lot more going on in my life. One of my cousins wants me to officiate her wedding, which is nice.
Oh, wait, so you have to get ordained?
Ordained. I got to get ordained.
The Unity Life Church.
Yeah, exactly. Got to do that one. And then the other one is, we're going to a wedding in November in towards my family in Guadalajara, so it's like there's just, and then there's other things in between, like the birth of Rudy May's baby. Rudy's birthday's coming up. Like there's just a lot coming up in the next couple months that it's just like the only times I could really go to Disney. And then if I get my pass, I feel selfish because Isabel doesn't want her pass because she's trying to save money for the future trips. I get that. So then now I'm by myself. And then number two, the only days that I would probably go would be Monday and Friday, because Isabel on Saturday and Sundays, I probably sure will want to spend time with me. And it'd be a dick move. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to go to Disneyland on Saturday. Bye. You know what I mean? Like it just wouldn't be nice.
Are usually a recorded. No, that's fully understandable. I only say it's or ask because two of our coworkers, my other nurses in intake, shout cat to Amanda and Brian.
Shout cat.
So they both went to Sweetheart Night 2 nights in a row.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Amanda went with her fella, and then the next day Brian went with his lady. And then I talked to them both about getting a pass. Now, Brian, I think he had a pass before, and he was saying, like, I think I want a pass again. And then Amanda, she and her fella, I don't know what their definition is, so I don't want to put them on blast. Right. They had a great night, and they were talking about getting a pass too. And the funny thing is, both of them had the same reason why. They're like, yeah, because it was, it was chill. There was no lines and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, but that's not indicative of Disney.
That's not how it is.
So I immediately dissuaded them. I was like, if that's the reason why you're buying a pass, don't, because that's not how it is 90% of the time. You stick to the special nights.
Exactly.
As far as special nights coming up, there's the 90s night that's coming up, and then shout cat to our coworkers Justin and Tara. I talked to them about them before. Tara was the one who's a nurse, but she used to do special effects makeup. They're having a baby, Valentine. Yeah, but they're going to 90s night, and then everyone. Yeah, and they were telling me about 90s night. So many people are going to 90s night. I was going to 90s night, and I was thinking about it. I was like, that would be fun. I got the appropriate clothes from some fucking Stranger Things. No, not Stranger Things. I just had like a 90s style Zach Morris type shirt.
That's cool.
And stonewashed jeans. I just have it in my costume bin. But then I was thinking about it. I said, nah, I don't want to go. And then they were like, why? I was like, because I saw the 90s. I like it's not that much. I wasn't going to clubs and stuff like that in the 90s, but then the general vibe of it, the fashion, the music, I have, it still seems not fresh to me, but familiar.
Yeah, relevant.
I think I'd be more to go to an 80s night. I don't think there'll ever be 70s night, but if they had an 80s night, I'll definitely go with that, because the 80s are so foggy to me. It's part of why I want to go to Throwback Night, because Throwback Night was, of course, 1950s themed, and I got to wear like my fucking, my Letterman sweater and my bow tie and shit. So, as far as other nights coming up, Star Wars nights coming up again, and I get this.
So much fun when we went together. It was so much fun, bro.
That was really fun. And here's my story about that. Shout cat to our former coworker Bryce, who we've talked about before on the pod. We're friends on Instagram. We don't really text or talk that much. But then one day I just get a text on Instagram out of nowhere, like, Jonas, I know this is random, but I knew if there's anyone to ask, then you'd be the guy. Is Star Wars night worth it? And then I send him like a message like as long as screen. Fuck yes. And here's why. And I recounted our night as far as, again, the first off, the fans, everyone there was a nerd, all the costumes, the photo ops. I told him about how I almost cried seeing R2D2 and how we missed C-3PO, but even just seeing it. I told him about like the lightsaber meetup, the fireworks, the music, everything. It was, and then like at the very like sold. It's like, of course, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. And
one of my favorite memories was the music on right by the partner statue, and everybody had their lightsabers. And it was Whitney Houston. Yeah.
You all remember that classic theme from Return of the Jedi? Yeah. But again, it was. So I hope he ended up buying the tickets for him and his lady. Also, one of our former coworkers. Her name's Melissa. She was a med nurse. And I hope they have a great time. Post pictures. I think I could only go again if it were with you again. I don't think I'd want to take Swanee because she's not a Star Wars fan. Honey, hold the lightsaber. Yeah, I couldn't get her to like pose awesomely next to R2D2 with a lightsaber unless I could duct tape a Harry Potter wand to it so she could pretend.
But you guys have taken such amazing pictures, though.
No.
I
had her dress up in like in Batu wear one day, and then we had Jack take pictures of us. But again, she did that. I think it was my birthday. I think that's what I asked. Can you dress up and run around and take pictures with me? She's like, yeah, sure. Which again, you knew what you were signed up for. So
you knew what you signed up for. Oh man, right, I mean, maybe next year, if it's still there, we could definitely try to go. I would love to go to the Jedi.
Except you're gonna have to buy brand new Batu wear because your shit isn't gonna fit anymore. All right.
I lightsaber. I know I have my goggles here somewhere that you gave me.
Yeah, you'll be able to wear the goggles and the glove. Not you won't. You won't be able to. You won't even wear the gloves.
No, not even. And then I got this canteen from Walt Disney World when we went in November. This one right here, the one. But this one has a animal. I should probably cover up the Animal Kingdom thing right there.
Just slap Yoda's face on it.
There you go. It looks cool. It looks cool.
All right. So as far as what we have planned for the next in-person episode, God damn it.
I know.
Hey, it's 45, so it's a fifth episode, and we all know what the 5 episode means. And you get to see what we've been talking about, the physical transformation. We're gonna talk about Brave New World. I know you guys watched it today. I was gonna watch it with my kids today in preparation for the pod, but I ran out of time. So by then I'll be able to watch and then give my thoughts on it. We could talk about Fantastic Four. We could talk about I didn't talk about Skeleton Crew today, but I liked it. That's it. I really liked it.
We can save it.
Yeah.
We can save it. We have a lot more to talk about on the so we're gonna if you guys don't know, right now today is President's Day the 17th. This one's not gonna take too long to edit. I think I might just raw dog it and just put it up there and say screw it.
Just to remind people that they have a show.
They're relevant and they're still alive.
We're still here, guys.
But we have a lot coming up.
Yeah. But more than anything, I'm glad I got solid time to talk to you and to Eric I always miss you guys, and that's my main reason why I love doing this pod. It's always been the same. I don't care who's listening or who's watching. I get to bullshit with my friends for a couple hours.
Exactly. That's what I miss, and I think that's why we push so hard to at least try to make this work today. I know that this is a tool that we have now, but I'd rather I like the meetups. I like meeting and seeing you guys together because we can give each other gifts, and then we see actually the emotions in our faces, not just in our camera. Like it's just a whole lot better when you're in someone, in the room with somebody. So definitely waiting for our 2 weeks, and we'll see. We'll get the podcast with El Guapo. We'll number 45. We will talk about a lot of cool things. I mean, there is a lot.
I want to call it Marvel's Return to Form. That's what I want to call it. But
okay,
but you guys saw the movie, so you guys could. Or I mean, you might be in your head right now. It's not that movie fucking sucked. But we'll save that for next pod.
Well, by now there is going to be a non-spoiler review that Eric and I did as soon as we walked out of the movie theater. Non-spoiler, so we didn't drop any hints about what happened. Most of the things that we did talk about, you probably have already seen in the trailer. But to be honest with you, like we didn't reveal too much because we know that we wanted to save it for the podcast for number 45. So if you guys are, that's probably going to be first. So you guys haven't seen that yet, you guys can go back and check that out. This podcast will be next, and then of course I'm going to try to put the Rudy and Megan reveal video up, as well as hopefully podcast number 45. So we have some things to watch, guys, and to look back on, while we're doing this. And I give a shout out to you, Jonas, for doing this. I really do appreciate it. I know it's a little out of the norm for us, but at least we get to talk and see each other for a little bit.
Of course. All
Freaking
right.
Eric.
Well,
freaking Eric. Eric never came back.
He was like, "Fuck that. I don't give a fuck about mental health." Bam.
I guess he just feels bad. He said he didn't want to do it at his house.
No, like dude, 100%, man. Like he's coming clutch for us with zero sleep, right?
Yeah.
Still smelling like the hospital,
Yeah. And he's still there.
So I'll always any Eric at all is always enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, just between you and me, the show is just us, right?
Oh yeah, it just started number 21 and on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Go to hell, Eric.
Go to hell, Eric. And
fuck him in his traps.
And with that, we will leave you be.
See you later, guys.
And cut. Wait,
cut.
I didn't cut it. No, I didn't. No, I cut it.
No, cut. Fascist.
Fascist.